So as promised, let's talk about how to actually do vendor due diligence. Step by step, brief. Let's begin. Welcome to my YouTube channel where you daily see new content on data privacy. And as I said, let's talk about how to actually do due diligence as recommended even by DPDP Act. So the first step that we should take is to try and identify which vendors need due diligence. We've covered a lot of this in the previous couple of slides on due diligence. DPDP Act says any third party which processes or handles data on your behalf needs due diligence because they are your sub-processors or logically processors, but then you have to decide because the word third party comes in, we are assuming it's an external source, right? So then external source, they need to follow and meet the compliance guidelines that you have set, expectations you have set. So you need to do due diligence. Anyone who collects data for you, stores, uses, shares, destroyed, digitized data for you, data collected manually but digitized after collection, whether he's a cloud provider or on-premise service provider, whether he further uses sub-processors, in all these situations, you need to be sure about that he's following the prescribed guidelines. And the offsite storage processors, which means outside your organization, outside your office, most important that we covered in last slide also. If you are handling sensitive data and getting it outsourced, it's sensitive personal data. So due diligence is very, very important here. And finally, if you're doing cross-border data transfer, if you are moving the data of your country's citizens, and since we are talking again of DPDP Act, so if you are moving the data of Indian citizens outside India, then due diligence is something which is most important. You should ideally not even think of doing a cross-border data transfer without doing the due diligence of the vendor. So as a part of the due diligence, you need to first evaluate their security and privacy practices. For example, do they have secure data centers? Do they use firewalls? Now, many of you would say, what are you talking? Why would they not be using it? But we have a variety of establishments available, small and large. And there could be some smaller ones who would say, well, we handle all your data through our desktops, right, which are connected on a Wi-Fi. But why do we need a firewall? That's important because now their desktops, even if it is desktop, is carrying my sensitive personal data. So it is important, right? What are their access control policies? So what we are expecting here is that the sub-processor or the third party is mature in IT systems. Has to. If not, then they have to come up and handle it better. Do they do their employee background verification? Important. Do they have NDAs and agreements with their employees? What are their encryption practices, right? And if they are not doing either of them, the ones that I've listed above, are they willing to do that? Is there a willingness? They should add that as their cost. They should not come back and say that, getting into all this has increased my cost of project, right? So first thing important is their capability and their mindset to improvise their practices if there is a gap. Their security certifications. Do they follow any privacy norms also other than security certifications like SOC 2 or ISO 27001? Do they follow? Do they have a privacy policy for internal team? Do they publish any privacy notices, update them from time to time? Because now I'm a customer for them, right? So there has to be a privacy notice from their side. And do they have any history of security or privacy breaches in their organization? Which is very important. If they have any history, two things. How frequent? How was it mitigated? Second, how was that situation handled? Because breach management is one of the very important things under privacy. What are their management's capabilities? And would they allow me to audit their setups? And again, breach management is management's capability. The upgrade of technology is management's capabilities. That's something which is very, very important. Then we move on to the next step. What are the legal and contractual safeguards that they have or you have with them? Have you signed a data processing agreement? We did a complete playlist on data processing agreements. And it says, if you are a sub-processor controller, how are you going to make sure that there is no breach at your end? How are you controlling it? And it should include the access controls, the right to audit, Am I allowed to audit your setup? The breach notification process and timelines. Do you actually have a notification process? What are the indemnity and liability clauses that you have? How do you follow them? What is the data retention policy? For how long? Post project completion? How do you actually end up deleting them? Is it like just cut paste or cut, or you would say I'd cut and paste it to you on a pen drive and return it back to you? Or is it that they'll archive it to a more secure storage? Or is it that they have a mechanism where they erase hard disks to a level that the data is not recoverable out of those hard disks? What are the standard tools they are using or you are using to monitor them? Vendor risk assessment templates are available. You can download, customize them according to your business. Don't use the downloaded templates as is. They may not fulfill your purpose. Do you have a due diligence checklist? If not, get into consulting mode with someone like me and create due diligence checklist for your organization. Map them with the commitments that you have made to your data principals and your customers. At the end of the day, it's their data and you need to safeguard it. Privacy impact assessments. When was it last done? What were the observations? Has anything been done to those observations? Are there risks? Are there any gaps? What is the mitigation plan? What is the cost involved? And since we have been talking specific to DPDP, are the DPDP based due diligence checklist available? Do you follow that? Finally, documentation, monitoring, and repeating due diligence from time to time. So you should document due diligence reports. If you do it now, what is the report? What are the observations? What are the gaps and risk areas? And what is the mitigation plan? What are the mitigation plan budgets and timelines? And when would you reassess the system again? Right? When you reassess, when are the renewals due? What are the incident and breach management protocols that processor is following? These are some of the important things that should be documented cleanly with your organization. So let's have a quick recap. You should identify the right vendors. You should review their security practices, their privacy policies, sign very, very strong contracts with them. Ensure that the contractual things are actually implemented also. It's not just a matter of signing a piece of paper. Use structured tools to assess, and finally, document and monitor everything. Then only you can benchmark whether there is an improvement in the work in the subsequent years or not. So that's about how to do vendor due diligence. If you want to get that done for yourself, you want to get some checklist fill, you can contact me on my number available in the description. If you like the content of this video, please press the bell and the like icon, subscribe to my channel, and share your feedback in the comment section.